Emmons.
Hey there.
It's getting a little sun. It's like 70 something and sunny here.
Gotta take it when you can get it lately.
Yeah, I know, because like I looked at the rest of the week and it's like rain every day, 50s.
Yeah.
My birthday is in May, so everybody's like, April showers, May flowers. I'm like, no. April showers bring May showers, more showers. So I'm trying to get it in.
I think we're a day ahead of you because it was like 80 the last few days, and today's 50. Today's like 50 and rainy out. So
There we are. I think you are. Pull up my stuff here.
So I might have one of my sellers start joining your seller.
Awesome.
And she was Farah that was on there today.
Yeah, I haven't seen her before. That's great. Yeah. Great. Welcome to any managers too. Same thing. If you have any managers, feel free.
How do I get her on the invite?
One sec. Oh, where am I?
Sup, man? Z.
Sub. What's her? Here, I'll just throw her on here.
I'll give you her email real quick.
Sub, Bram. Guys, I do shower. Just to be clear.
What's going on?
I deny. Here, did you dump it in the chat?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to.
Okay, cool.
Make sure I don't flub it.
Yep. All right. Oh my God. Easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Thank you. It's a cool one. I have added her around. And then you should be able to add, like I made the invite editable so you can add, but I think because there's so many people on the invite, it may not let you do it. That's why
I think that's what happened.
Yeah. Yep. That's probably what happened. All right. Cool. Fellas, we talked one-on-ones last time. So why is my thing not working? So we're talking about a couple things with one-on-one. So I'm going to recap that and we're going to move forward. So one-on-ones, as a reminder, what we're doing here is we are trying to we want people to think we like them. So just recapping one-on-ones. We need one-on-ones. We want people to think that we like them. Hopefully we do. We want them to know, we want to know that we like them. We want them to know that we are working for them. And we want them to know that all that matters is performance. This is what happens in the one-on-one. If we spend 10 minutes talking about what's happening in their life, that lets them know this person gives a shit about me. If we spend the next 10 minutes talking about professional stuff, this lets them know all that matters is the financial things. If we let them know we're always here, if we spend the last 10 minutes talking about future coaching, what do you want to work on? How are you going to get better at it? Here's what the help I'm going to provide. That shows them all the things that you're doing to help them, makes them better. And within here, you are collecting a variety of issues they have, which you will inevitably want to solve. And when you solve their issues, they will again feel like this guy works hard for them. So the cycle continues. This is how you get teams to want to continuously work all the time. You run these stupid one-on-ones so that eventually the team runs itself. And we don't really know why it is, but it's because of these one-on-ones that are the glue holding the whole thing together. All right. You take a quick second. My track
while you're looking at that, can I ask you a quick question?
Go for it.
Would any of these be in your like pipeline reviews? Could the future be moved? Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna stay in the one-on-ones, but I'll just say, because I want to get an executive one-on-ones, we might get the pipeline reviews today. We will get the pipeline reviews, so we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks for the question. All right, sweet. When talking to executives, we're talking now about the executive one-on-one. So you have two different one-on-one. In the command center, you have two sections. You have rep one-on-ones and you have executive one-on-one, or boss one-on-one, I think I call it in the HQ doc. The boss one-on-one, you want to drive this. It is common for us to feel like we're driving the bus all the time. And so it's a little bit nice to go to the one-on-one with your boss unprepared and just like, dude, what do you want, man? Just tell me. You ask me questions. I don't want to be prepared for this, But what that does, it actually gives us more work. Because our boss will come to us and they don't really know what to inspect and not inspect. So they start inspecting random shit and it all becomes tasks. Hey, what's going on with Timmy? Yeah, I think I saw Timmy actually hit me up. I saw him posted it on LinkedIn. What was that all about? Is he doing his job? And suddenly you happen to check in on Timmy's behavior and you're like, what the fuck is this? This is what happens when you do not prepare for your one-on-one with your boss. But the prep takes literal seconds. So with your boss to prepare, all you need to do is you in the command center, you want to quickly go. Keyboard's not connected now too. No, it is connected. You're going to quickly just say, what did I do this week? So like, what are the projects that you're working on? And just status update. Throughout the week, you should be writing in your issues. Don't be a sales rep who slacks their boss every time they have a question. Be a sales leader who writes their questions in one spot and then goes to their boss with a big dump, unless your questions need to be answered in that moment. And then we're going to finish with our priorities. You can take notes during the call, and this is something I recommend doing like once. Just like how would they describe me? You know, what are they probably frustrated by with me? What am I working on in terms of like not like projects? What do I need to get better at? Okay. So my tip here, if you will, is like a lot of times I say the same thing. I pin this to my browser. I never look at it. I do my day, I do my week, weeks. Days are happening. I'm in a meeting with someone and they go, or I have my meeting with somebody about the comp plan change we're making. And I just know, because I'm smart, I'm going to go over here and be like, hey, I'm doing my day, I'm living my life, I'm going on calls. And then I'm like, fuck, that was a good question. So just throughout the week, you're sort of like dumping stuff into here. So my prep for my boss is just like, is there anything I missed here? No? All right, cool. Jump in. That's my meeting. Now I'm going to run my meeting with my boss. Okay. So just throughout the week, you need to be updating this stuff because your boss has no fucking clue what you're doing. Okay. All right. A couple of newcomers, a couple of newer guys came in after I said this one statement, which I think is really important, which is to say a lot of us, because we are the captain of the ship, it's nice to have the one meeting where we get to be the child and our boss gets to be the dad. And so we're just like, what's up? You ask me whatever. Yeah. What do you want to know? Because the only meeting where we can do that. Do not do that. It will give you more work. I promise you. I request you to just trust me on this one. Okay. Now that said, in the meeting, here's what we're doing. It's not 10-10-10. It's let's do this with a done, issues, doing. How about that? To make a thing. Done, issues, doing. Done, issues, doing. Done. What is complete? All right. Hey boss. Here's the status update. Project A, 50%. Project B, 80%. Project C, we're done. Project D, we're blocked, but I have a solution. Project E, we're blocked, and I'll ask you about it in a second. Any questions? No, sounds good. Great. That gets our boss to not ask us 1,000 questions, give us things. They always know what we're doing. This causes us to get a performance review in the future that's like, you always get your shit done. All right. Step 2, issues. This is just your list of questions. Like I said to you guys a minute ago, you don't want to be the sales rep who slacks their boss every fucking time they have a problem. You want to be the sales leader who has their command center pinned to their browser and has a question that they want to ask their boss about. And they don't put it on a piece of paper that they're going to forget and then also put an invite to meet with them and then also put it on an L10 doc as an issue. They just put it here in their list of issues in their command center. So now saying the meeting again, what's up, boss? All right. Project A is like 50%. Project B is at 80%. Project C is blocked, but it's solved. Project D is blocked. I'm going to ask you for help in a minute. And Project E is done. Cool. Any questions? No. Great. So I have 4 quick questions for you. First thing I've got is the spiff thing. Do you think you could approve that? Awesome. What about Mark? I'm really struggling with him. What do you think I should do? Okay, got it. Super simple question. When the deal moves here, what do we actually do? Cool. And who do I go to for these kinds of questions? I asked Sarah, but I don't think I got a good answer. All right, thanks. Okay. So now your boss, you're driving this meeting. Your boss is not micromanaging you. You're getting all your questions answered. Okay. And you're not coming across like someone with a lot of questions. You are asking a lot of questions in a short period of time versus questions all the fucking time, which is really annoying. You guys know because your reps do that. Great. And then you were going to finish with the same phrase every time. These are my priorities as I see them. And then we assumptive close. How would you recommend I adjust these? Okay. So projects are 80%, 90%, complete, blocked. Questions are X, Y, and Z. Good. Sweet. In my opinion, what I should be working on is up-leveling the sales skills, getting the outbound messaging completed, and then giving you a status update on the program with Mike in that order. How would you recommend I adjust these strategies, these priorities? Mike, what the hell? I don't see anything on there about hiring. Oh, yeah, you're right. Shit, my bad. Hiring. How would you, where do you think hiring should go? No. Hiring is like the most important thing. Oh, okay. Sweet. And it otherwise looks good? Yeah, looks good. All right, man. Have a good rest of your day. See ya. Boom. 101 done. All right. What we're trying to communicate to our boss. So I told you before what we're trying to do with the one-on-one with your rep. Get them to know that we like them. Get them to know that it's all about numbers. Get them to know that we are helping them and that they're growing. With your boss, you're getting them to know that you know what the fuck you're doing, that it's done, and that you're aligned. This one's the biggest one. You know what you're doing. It's getting done. You are aligned. Someone's getting a text or a call. Sweet. So that is the reason we're doing the complete, what is done. that it's getting done, the issues, I have questions, and you'll let them know so you can actually move things forward, and then I'll realign. Number one reason managers are fired, they're not aligned. I get calls every single week. I'm going to show you one thing here just to really hammer this point home. This is an email I got today from a CEO. Can you imagine how tight your butt would be if you found out that your boss had sent this email to a consultant? I've been working with this company for 4 years. He's been working with this guy for more than 4 years. Yet he sent the note to me. He didn't say anything to Corey. This is a person who I would say has a great relationship with Corey. That's the problem.
Do you think that's why? Because he's just trying to see what he can do before making a final decision on Corey?
Well, hopefully, I really hope it's not a final decision. But I think that I've worked with him long enough to know that he doesn't like being direct. And so he like dances around in these meetings where he'll be like, well, Corey, like, do you think there's an accountability issue there? And then Corey chats. And he goes, okay, well, maybe we should consider looking at something like this. What are your thoughts? Chat. Why don't we just move on? But But I'll tell you one thing I know for a fact now. Corey has never said in his one-on-one with his boss, what are your priorities in order? Here are my priorities in order. How would you change them? Because the boss would say accountability, number one.
Yeah.
So Corey is at risk of being fired because he's not running his one-on-ones right with his boss. So I'm like really trying to hammer to you guys how fucking important it is, because this is not a unique email that I get. Now, I don't get them from your bosses, but I'm sure your bosses have sent something like this to their friend or their buddy, or they're on a golf course with someone who's like, how's your team? You're like, oh, that guy's a fucking moron, but I got to keep him around. So make sure that you are having this conversation. Are you guys with me? Have I sold you on making sure that you're asking, well, here's my priorities? Thank you. It's really, 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 really important. Don't get fired. Rule number one.
It's especially helpful, relevant, because it's just making me wonder, because my CEO has his own coach, and I know for a fact he talks about me and the other person in sales, and I do wonder what gets said exactly, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's less than good, and it's a good reminder.
Yep. Great reminder. I'm glad that you brought that up, and I know I just brought that up in terms of one piece of context, but I'll just do one more piece of context here, which is to say that's why this bit is so important, priorities, so that you guys are aligned. But I also am like, I added this a couple months ago because of these emails I'm getting, to be like, try to be self-aware and answer before you get your performance review or your boss fires you. How do you think they would describe you? What do you think they're frustrated by? Every single one of you guys has a way you would describe each rep informally. She's a fucking idiot. This guy is awesome, but he's so annoying. This guy just can't see his ass from his elbow. This guy's great in calls, but honestly, I have no idea who's fucking doing it. That's what they describe. You describe reps in your team. And there are things you're pissed off about them, but you don't tell them all the shit because it's uncomfortable. So what you want to do is think about what that is, try to solve it before they fire you. Okay. All right. To do for you guys is, if you're not using the command center, use the command center or some version of it where you are tracking, pinning to your browser, have a reminder of some kind to make sure that you are putting like updates throughout the week versus waiting until the day before going, fuck, is that done? Oh shit, it's not done. I got to kind of like tell them to get update this shit. All right. So now what I want to talk about here is pipeline reviews. Pipeline reviews serve two purposes. Forecasting is the primary purpose that everyone believes is the purpose of the pipeline review. I believe the purpose of the pipeline review should be, and so anybody in my program, or in our program, I should say, should have this same view. Purpose of it is to move deals forward. Okay. So what we want to do is use the pipeline reviews as a place to give advice. I used to call these strategy meetings because pipeline review people like I've seen. So I just call it like strategy, deal advice, even just to get the essence of the meeting sort of like changed. But the purpose of the meeting is to ask one question. What is the question? Does anybody here know the question I always say you got to ask?
What have you not done? Why not?
No.
Why is it not closing today?
Yeah, Jeff Hammonds. Fuck you, Jamie. It took you too long. Why can this not close today? Okay. So like James, I know your shit is like long-term, right? So that's totally fine. I want you to just think about different ways to use the same essence of this sentence. Why is this buy not, this guy's just ordered 100 units. Why did he not buy 10,000 units? This guy's buying, but he's, and is being delivered in May. Why is it not being delivered in April? Like just the exaggerated question. Why are they not getting back to you today? The exaggerated question forces the person to identify the bottleneck quicker. So if I go to you, go like, hey man, what's going on? It's not going to get me there. What's happening with your body? Not going to go anywhere. If I go, what are the top 2 reasons why you don't have a 6-pack this afternoon? I had a pint of ice cream this morning. That's a bottleneck. That's different from like the answer I would give as to like, Mike, what's going on with your body? Tell me about this body. Yeah, man, when I was a kid, this is what I did. And then I kind of grew into it. This is what you guys hear. What's going on with this deal? Dude, this guy came in like 6 months ago. Crazy. He was from a conference. But anyways, awesome guy, super nice. Love what he's doing. He's so on board with it. You're like, none of this shit is important. Okay. So I want to identify the bottleneck. You're going to see the forest for the trees by going zzz, exaggerated question. That's number 1. Exaggerated question. Number 2, what we're doing with each of these deals is we are then thinking, how can we increase the incentive or decrease the friction to make that thing happen? How can I make it easier for that to happen or more desirable for that to happen? Easy or desirable. So I could do with this framework, you guys can do pipeline review, strategy sessions, deal sessions, whatever, with anybody and anywhere in the world for any company. Hey man, why can't this deal close right now? I don't even know what industry they're in. Why can't this deal close right now? Boss hasn't seen it yet. He actually hasn't even seen the demo yet. What do you think are 1 or 2 things we could do to make them want to see a demo or easier for them to see a demo? Maybe I could send a video to make it easier to see a demo, or I could like give them a discount in exchange for them to see the demo. Sounds great. Next deal. Why can't they sign today? That's it. Okay. What happens is we let ourselves, we know a lot about deals and like what context and stuff that can work. So we try to solve the problem with like very unique, like let me be in the moment to craft the right bullet for this deal. And we got to go through 40 deals. And so we don't do a great job of crafting it because we're like shortcutting. And so this is when managers say things like, well, have you shown value? Show them the value. Come back to me. Give him a call. See what he says when you give him a ring. This is managers knowing what to do or potentially knowing what to do, but not having the time to think through. So to shortcut it all, we just go, why can they not sign today? Great. How can we make it easier or more desirable for them to do that? And then have a little discussion about easier, desirable to do that thing versus how do I push this whole deal forward? And then we start talking about stakeholders and politics and stuff. And this may or may not be important. Okay. Now, how do we turn this idea of what we should do into tactical? What do they do? I'm going to tell you the answer, but it's not going to be what you think necessarily. Oh man, I also like deleted the slide. All right, never mind. What you do is in your CRM, you need to have a next steps field. I don't have a next steps field. Grab the field that like exists that nobody uses, like Twitter ID or some stupid field that just like happens to be in your CRM. That now is next step field. Okay. In the next step field, you put this exact format: date, action. So I'm sure you guys use tasks. Some of your reps use tasks. You know what tasks do? They get expired immediately. Or it's in a list of 10,000 tasks, and 3 of those are critical, but there's 1,000 tasks. And how do you know which one it is? Or there's tasks and also reminders and also snooze emails and also a notebook. So you definitely lose shit. You want one place, at least you as the manager, one place. And that is the next steps field where you're going to write in the actual date of the thing you're going to do and the thing you're going to do. This is critical for a couple of reasons, not the least of which is when your boss randomly hits you up and they go, what's happening with Acme Corp? And you're like, I don't fucking know, dude. I have 600 deals under me. How would I possibly know? And you go, next steps right there. Looks like we're reaching out to him next week. Cool. Sounds good. And some people prefer to keep all the previous next steps in the next steps field. You can do that if you want to. So you can be like, yeah, we reached out to him last week. He didn't respond. So we reached out again and we're reaching out to him today. Got it. So it's great to just keep you in check of what the fuck is going on. And then it's also great because what your reps do the following week after you run pipeline review and you say, hey, reach out to this guy, whatever. Next week when you run your pipeline review, you go, what did he say? What do you mean, what did he say? What did he say when you called? I didn't call him. You didn't call him? What do you mean? Well, I forgot to reach out to him. Why'd you forget? We put it right here. You have it. So you now know what they were supposed to do. Whereas in the old world, you go, Acme Corp. You can't remember what Acme Corp is. And you go, what's up with this one? They give you a 10-minute spiel and you go, we should reach out to them. And they go, yep. And that's exactly what you said the previous one. And then your deals don't close. And you go, what the fuck happened? And then you look and you go, why didn't you reach out to this guy in 3 weeks? And they go, oh, fuck, I forgot. And then you look at yourself and you're like, why the fuck did I allow that? Because you didn't have a date and next steps. All of this shit ties together. Like you're the backstop. So you need a backstop, which is your next step field. If you don't have the next step field as a backstop, you can't be the backstop that your rep needs to call them out and to identify when there's issues. So you use the next step field, the date and the action. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to say here on the pipeline review is in the pipeline reviews, deal strategy session, strategy, whatever we want to call them, you are updating all of the fields live. So if you're using Salesforce and you're doing your pipeline review in like a report, which means you can't like double click and like enter information, you have to like open it in a new tab. Don't do that. Use views, Salesforce view, go to ops and look at the stuff. If you're in HubSpot, you can do this. Anywhere else, you can do this too. There's editable fields. Cool. You do it because your boss will never accept this. Why is the forecast off? The reps didn't update their CRM. They're like, well, isn't that your job to make sure that fucking happens? And like your reps don't report on a forecast. You do. So I need this up to date. So if you feel like the deal is no longer in commit, move it. If you feel like the deal is not coming in this month, move it. If you feel like the deal is not going to be for that much money, change it because you are the one on the hook. The rep, asking the reps to fill out fucking forecast information, that is not going to help you close deals. If you're a rep, changing the forecast category, changing the close date, none of that's going to help you. So why are we having them do it? It's only going to help you as the manager. So we should be the ones who do it. Jeff feel? Cool. All right, guys, any questions on this?
There was one thing that so some reps are going to feel like this is like micromanaging if you're following up on next steps. And you had said, you phrased it nicely. I can't remember the exact phrasing. It was like, this is micromanaging and I'm going to do it for X, da, 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 da.
Yes.
What?
So what I've said is like, yes, what I want to do is instead of having to manage you every day for the next 365 days, I want to micromanage you for 10 days and then never have to manage you ever again. So we're going to be crazy on this. And so what I've done too, people are like, oh, I don't have my next up to date. I'm like, dude, if you have these up to date, this meeting takes minutes. It's just like that deal looks good. Like the amount of pipe reviews, most of my pipe reviews go like this. Good. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. This one, did it work? What we said? No. Okay. We'll think about something in a second. All right. Rest of this looks good, man. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy. And that's a pipe review because it's all up to date. Or it's a half hour of like, why did you not? What's going on?
Cool.
Thank you for that. All right, guys, get out of here. I'll see you later.
Bye.